The mood around Ibrox is shifting. Slowly but surely, a sense of anticipation is building, like the low hum of drums before the march begins. With the club securing the services of Kevin Thelwell, formerly of Everton, to take over as sporting director, Rangers have sent a clear message, not just to their fans, but to the whole of Scottish football. The message is this: a new chapter is about to be written, and this one they believe could be historic. It's no secret that Rangers are heading into what could be their most crucial transfer window in years. With Celtic breathing down their necks both in terms of silverware and structure, the Light Blues know they need more than just tweaks and fine-tuning. They need a transformation on the pitch, in the boardroom, and perhaps even in the identity of the club itself. The arrival of Thelwell isn't just a fresh face behind the scenes, it's symbolic. He brings with him not only Premier League pedigree, but a reputation for methodical squad building, modern football thinking, and the kind of long-term planning that Rangers fans have been crying out for. But what truly ignites the fire of hope is that his arrival comes amid much larger, more seismic rumblings. A full-scale takeover of the club looks to be edging ever closer. For months now, whispers of an American consortium led by Andrew Kavanagh and backed by 49ers Enterprises have echoed through the corridors of Ibrox. And now those whispers have turned into open statements. Negotiations are active, serious, and nearing a tipping point. The group is seeking to secure a controlling 51% stake in Rangers, injecting much-needed capital and promising a bold new future. Kavanagh, a health industry tycoon, has reportedly been in discussion with major shareholders since October, carefully assembling the kind of alliance that could overhaul the structure of power at the club. Alongside him, the 49ers Global Football wing brings both ambition and the financial muscle that could allow Rangers to dream on a different scale. According to insiders, the final legal and regulatory steps are the only obstacles left. The groundwork has been laid. The vision has been shared. Now it's just a matter of signing the dotted lines and preparing for the handover. Interestingly, there were recent murmurings suggesting that former Rangers director Sandy Easdale could play a decisive role given his minority stake. But reports now suggest his shares are not essential for the completion of the deal. This isn't about a single individual holding things up. It's about aligning multiple moving parts in what will be one of the most significant ownership shifts in Scottish football in recent memory. Dave King, the former chairman and a central figure in Rangers' modern story, is reportedly set to walk away from the boardroom, completely ending a 25-year journey with the club he supported as a boy. John Bennett, the current chairman, will also sell his shares. Combined, these moves will give the American consortium roughly 20% of the necessary shares, with the remainder being gathered from a mix of private investors and future funding. Rounds. But while things stir in the upper levels of the club's hierarchy, down on the pitch plans are already in motion. Rangers look set to welcome defender Lyle Cameron from Dundee, a move that's part of a broader strategy to reassert dominance both in Scotland and in Europe. And Cameron isn't coming alone. His teammate Josh Mulligan has also emerged as a key target for the summer rebuild. Mulligan's profile is exactly the type of player Rangers appear to be targeting now. Young, versatile, and with real potential for growth. At 22 years old, he's already amassed over 100 appearances for Dundee, an impressive milestone in any player's career, but especially for one developed entirely within the Scottish system. He's a strong carrier of the ball, confident, driving down the right-hand side and capable of operating either in defense or midfield. This kind of flexibility is gold dust in the modern game, particularly for a squad that needs to add both depth and dynamism. His statistics this season show a player who thrives in wide areas, whether he's beating his man on the dribble or breaking into the box with late runs. He's registered 5 assists in the Premiership, but beyond the numbers, it's his style of play that excites. There's a relentless energy to his movement, a willingness to take risks, and an intelligence in the way he uses space. When he plays centrally, he's often the one breaking forward, finding gaps between defenders and dragging opposition midfielders out of shape. And then there's the context. Mulligan is out of contract this summer. That makes him a low-risk option, a potential bargain, and exactly the kind of signing that could signal a smart, resourceful Rangers under Thelwell's leadership. His addition alongside Cameron may also point to a renewed emphasis on tapping into the Scottish market. Something the club's technical director Nels Koppen has previously said is a strategic goal moving forward. Koppen's vision is clear. Bring in at least one player per season from the Scottish Premiership who fits the club's broader plan. It's about finding value, yes, but also about maintaining a sense of identity, something that sometimes feels lost in the whirlwind of modern football. Players like Mulligan and Cameron know what it means to play in Scotland, or they know the intensity, the scrutiny and the pride that comes with walking out at grounds like Ibrox or Tynecastle or Pittodrie. That sort of experience doesn't just add value, it brings an edge. As Rangers prepare for what could be a summer of sweeping changes, both behind the scenes and in the squad itself, these early moves carry a message. The club isn't just reacting, they're planning, they're building. And for once, there's a sense that everyone involved is pulling in the same direction. From the potential American investors to the new sporting director from the academy graduates, coming into the veterans moving on, Rangers look like a club preparing for something more than just another season. They're preparing for a new era. And while no one inside the club has officially confirmed the timeline, it's believed that announcements regarding the takeover could come by the end of next month. When that happens, the door will swing wide open. A new ownership, a new structure, new leadership, and perhaps most excitingly for the fans, a whole new squad being built under a fresh footballing philosophy. What's clear is that the Rangers we see today may not be the same Rangers we see come August. This summer won't be about patches or papering over cracks. It'll be about reconstruction. The pieces are already starting to move. The question now is, who's next? What happens next will define not just a transfer window, not just a season, but perhaps the next generation of Rangers Football Club. The sense at Ibrox is that the club is standing on the edge of something bigger than a managerial shift or a new set of signings. It's cultural, it's systemic, it's about ambition, about catching up with the times, and maybe even about finally breaking the cycle of inconsistency that has plagued the club since their return to the Premiership. Supporters have grown tired of stop-start projects of squads built around short-term fixes and patched-up ideas. They want to see a real plan. And under Kevin Thelwell, there's finally a footballing mind at the wheel who understands that success in the modern game isn't built on emotion alone. It's built on structured data profiles and vision. The American investors backing this push know it too. They've watched European football long enough to understand that clubs like Rangers can't compete with England's giants on sheer cash. But they can outthink them, outwork them, outdevelop them, and that's where recruitment becomes the beating heart of his new vision. The pursuit of Lyle Cameron and Josh Mulligan is just the beginning. The club is casting a wide net, not just looking for players who can win games now, but players who can grow, be sold for profit, and reinvested. This is the modern footballing model, and it's one Rangers can no longer afford to ignore. Thelwell's track record at Wolves and Everton speaks to a man who believes in building core spines of youth and experience blended with smart data-driven acquisitions. But don't mistake smart business for a lack of ambition. Those within the club speak of plans not just to compete with Celtic, but to leave them behind. They're not dreaming of second place anymore. They want dominance, not fleeting, not based on one good season or a lucky European run, but sustained year-on-year dominance built from the foundations up. There's also a major emphasis now on mentality. Too many recent Rangers sides have lacked the still when it mattered most, whether in old firm derbies or critical European nights. That's not just about quality, that's about personality, and the new recruitment drive is being filtered with that in mind. Players being considered now aren't just assessed for their physical or technical gifts. They're being scrutinized for what's inside them. Can they handle Ibrox when it's demanding more? Can they rise when Celtic are roaring next door? Can they lead when others shrink? These are questions that matter to the new regime, because they understand that Rangers isn't a normal club. It's not just about winning football matches. It's about living up to a standard. And in this moment, they believe the standard hasn't been met. Not consistently, not with conviction. But that's changing. And then there's the manager. Philippe Clement has been quietly involved in shaping this evolution. Though some initially saw him as a stopgap, those inside the club now view him as a crucial piece of the puzzle. He's bought into the long-term project, and more importantly, he's shown that he's capable of making players better. That's rare. And with a more aligned recruitment strategy and greater control over the profiles coming in, he could, well, become the architect of a new-look Rangers team that finally matches the club's ambitions. It's also expected that several players currently in the squad will be moved on, either due to contract expiries or simply not fitting the mold of what's to come. Names like John Lundstrom and Borna Barisic, long-serving figures, could be heading for the exit. These are not decisions being taken lightly, but they are necessary. The idea is clear, no sentiment. Only fit-for-purpose professionals who will drive the club forward. Even the academy is being viewed with fresh eyes. There's growing hope that with the right investment and leadership, Rangers can produce more players who don't just fill gaps but make a difference. The model is there. Clubs like Ajax Salzburg, even Brighton, have shown what's possible when a youth system is plugged directly into the first team vision. Rangers want to be on that path too. And the financial injection from the potential takeover would allow for upgrades in facility scouting departments and development programs. The timing of all this matters. Celtic are vulnerable. For all their recent success, there are questions about their own direction, their recruitment, their identity under Brendan Rodgers. If there was ever a moment for Rangers to step out from the shadows and stake a real claim, this is it. And the people behind the scenes know it. But there's still a sense of caution. Nothing is guaranteed. Takeovers can collapse. Transfers can stall. Projects can fade. The challenge now is execution. To take all the theory, all the planning, all the talk, and turn it into reality on the pitch. That's where the fans come in. Because if there's one constant at Rangers, it's the passion from the stands. These supporters have carried the club through its darkest days. They've been patient through rebuild after rebuild, and now they're ready for something more. They don't want promises, they want proof. The next few months could bring upheaval, no doubt. There'll be debate, disagreement, even disappointment. But for once, there's a feeling that the club is on the front foot, that it's moving with purpose, that it has people in place, on and off the pitch, who are thinking big. And that's where the magic could lie, in not just reacting to Celtic, not just aiming for respectability in Europe, but daring to imagine Rangers as a modern powerhouse run with precision, fueled by identity, and roaring with belief. Change is coming. Now it's just a matter of how far they're willing to go. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. Is crucial for Rangers FC fans. The football world in Scotland has been abuzz today with news that has sent shockwaves through the Premiership. Topi Keskinen, the prodigious winger who has dazzled supporters at Pittodrie, is set to swap the red of Aberdeen for the royal blue of Rangers. The 23-year-old Finn, whose lightning pace and intricate dribbling have made him the talk of the Northeast, has reportedly agreed personal terms on a 4-year contract, sealing what many believe will be one of the most talked about transfers in recent memory. Keskinen's rise from relative obscurity to household name began when he burst onto the scene last season, scoring a series of spectacular goals and providing assists that left defenses floundering. His performance against Celtic in September, 2 assists and a goal in a thrilling 3-2 victory, cemented his status as one of Scotland's brightest young talents. Aberdeen boss Barry Robson praised his impact. Topi's got that special spark, the sort of player who'll change a game in an instant, Robson said after the match. Yet as with so many rising stars north of the border, the tug of Rangers' grandeur proved irresistible. Under the guidance of manager Philippe Clement, Rangers seek to bolster their attacking options as they chase both the Premiership title and a serious run in Europe. Keskinen, with his direct style and ability to beat a man, fits the bill perfectly. Sources close to the deal suggest the transfer fee is in the region of $8 million, a sizable sum that marks a statement of intent from the Ibrox club. Fans of both Aberdeen and Rangers have taken to social media in droves. Pittodrie faithful expressed disappointment at losing a homegrown gem, while light blue supporters welcomed the Finn with open arms. One excited fan posted, "We've got pure magic on the wing now. He'll tear defenses apart." Another lamented, "Sad to see him go." But can they argue with ambition? Keskinen himself, speaking briefly outside his flat after medical tests, said, "Aberdeen will always have a place in my heart. The support has been incredible these past 2 years. But I'm here to win trophies and challenge myself at the highest level. His words belie the ferocity of the rivalry he leaves behind. No player has moved directly from Pittodrie to Ibrox in recent memory without igniting fierce debate. As the dust settles on his blockbuster transfer, one thing remains certain: Scottish football stands to gain a new layer of intrigue. Will Keskinen's flair flourish under the glare of Ibrox, or will the weight of expectation prove too much? Only time will tell. But for now, the game is richer for his audacious move. An announcement that promises exhilarating chapters ahead in the eternal saga of the old firm and beyond. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.